Hi, I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. Happy July 4th, everyone. God bless America. The question is, will there still be an America or capitalism after Obama is through with his second term? It sure doesn't look good to me. We have no money for fireworks displays at military bases across America, and no money for patriotic flyovers at military academy graduation ceremonies. We're letting our heroes down, the people who sacrifice selflessly for us. But there's $100 million for Obama's trip to visit Africa. And Obama has now pledged $7 billion to double electricity access in Africa. This has to be a comedy skit, right? This must be a nightmare. It can't be for real, right? $7 billion for African electricity while Obama kills the coal industry so average middle-class Americans won't be able to afford our own electric bills? What about our $17 trillion in debt, our $1 trillion deficit, or our disgraceful failing public schools, or our aging and decrepit infrastructure in America? And Obama also has billions in aid and military aid for the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt and the Palestinians. Even the protesters in Tahrir Square in Cairo are accusing Obama of propping up the Muslim Brotherhood. Are you kidding me? Something is deep down deadly wrong, folks. This man is destroying our country and our economy. He is killing the middle class. He's making a mockery of American values across the globe. But don't take my word for it. Let me give you perhaps the perfect example. Everything I just mentioned is child's play compared to Obama's newest directive. Now Obama has truly gone off the deep end. He's thrown off his cloak to show the S on his chest, standing not only for socialism, but social justice. Obama has just decided to kick the U.S. economy while it's down. Obama's latest brainstorm? Force businesses to hire criminals. And not just any criminals. Obama wants black criminals to step to the front of the employment line. If only I was joking. Obama's EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, is charging the automaker BMW and the national retailer Dollar General with racism, discrimination, and violation of the 1964 Civil Rights Act for using criminal background checks before they hire prospective employees. How can this be, you say? Don't companies have a right to check backgrounds before hiring employees that represent them? Don't companies have rights? Don't they have a right not to hire convicted criminals? Well, not anymore. Not in Obama's America. At least not if the criminal is black. The Obama government's logic is frightening. The EEOC argues that because blacks are more likely to have been convicted of a crime and serve prison time, doing a criminal check discriminates against blacks. So when you won't hire an applicant because of their criminal record, you are, wait for it, a racist. Seriously, folks, this is happening in the United States of America. If the courts hold for Obama, this will be the final body blow to job creation, economic freedom, and the U.S. economy. But let's set that aside for a moment and think what this does to your own civil rights. When you hand your credit card to the clerk in a store, wouldn't you like to know they aren't a convicted identity thief? When you walk into an empty home for sale, wouldn't you like to know if the realtor is a murderer? When your wife goes for a massage, wouldn't you like to know the masseuse, alone with her in a room, isn't a convicted rapist? Or worse yet, when your child goes to school, childcare, or an after-school program, wouldn't you like to know the person you're leaving your child with isn't a convicted predator, sexual abuser, or pornographer? If Obama gets his way, there will be no way of knowing, certainly not if the employee is black. Well, according to the Obama administration, if you ask those questions of a black job applicant, you're a racist and committing a crime yourself. Now, how can anyone run a business not knowing if the people they hire to deal with their customers might be convicted rapists, thieves, or murderers? An employee is the public face of your business. They represent your brand. They represent your thin blue line, your eyes, your ears, and your face to the customers. And oh yes, don't think you won't be sued if one of your employees commits a criminal act against one of your customers because Obama wouldn't let you do a background check. How bad can this get? Well, the EEOC not only wants to ban background checks for black Americans, they want the 70 black job applicants who BMW refused to hire because of their criminal records to now be hired, given back pay and legal costs. On the other hand, the white applicants who were rejected don't have to be hired. Obama's EEOC argues it's fair to do criminal background checks on whites. You couldn't make this up in a fictional novel without being laughed at. You couldn't put this in a Saturday Night Live skit. The critics would call you ridiculous. Yet it's happening in real life under Barack Hussein Obama. So, what choices does a business person have if the Obama government wins its case? First, companies will cut back hiring as much as possible. But if you're a business owner in this hostile Obama workplace environment, you've probably already done that. Second, if you do start a new business, you'll be looking at a business model that requires no employees or, at the very least, very few employees. Third, you might decide to close your current business. It just isn't worth it anymore under Obama to take big financial risks when government makes it this dangerous, this difficult, and this unappealing to run a business and hire employees. Fourth, if you do need to hire employees, since you have to follow the law, companies will find some unrelated reason not to hire the applicant who they are unable to conduct by law a background check on. Talk about unintended consequences. Young black men say goodbye to jobs and thank Obama. So, who here is destroying the U.S. economy? And who here is the racist? The employer who's colorblind and hires only on ability and character after seeing the results of background checks? Or Obama, whose policies force employers to either stop hiring, slow hiring, or hire as few black applicants, ironically, as possible? Obama proves every day you can't run an economy based on equality, social justice, and retribution. Somewhere out there in cyberspace, some liberal wacko extremist will accuse me, Wayne Root, of being a racist for daring to talk about race. Just remember that all I've done here is describe Obama's jobs policy. These are all his words. He's suing employers to stop background checks on one specific group of one race, black Americans. He's the one saying black Americans have much higher levels of criminal records. He's the one demanding black criminals be hired. He's the one saying in court filings that background checks on white Americans are perfectly fine. Oh, and remember one other thing. The true definition of a racist is anyone that's winning a debate with an Obama supporter. I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. Happy Independence Day, and let's all pray for independence soon from Barack Obama. See you next week, same time, same place. God bless America.